Alrighty, welcome to another league draft. We've got a vintage cube league here, and pick one, pack one. Do we take Shieldred? Do we take Tinker? I think it's pretty close. I think Shieldred is probably a better pick because it's a little safer. I think I'm going to take Tinker, and the main reason is that I haven't drafted the artifact deck in a bit, and I've actually just kind of had Shieldred a lot recently. But I think it's a totally valid choice to take either. There's also Luminarch if you really wanted to be White Weenie. I guess a Tolly for Animator, but I'd still rather just take Tinker or Shieldred at that point and just cast the card in your Reanimate deck. Well, the Shieldred deck would have just definitely taken Dark Ritual. I am leaning... Wow, there's two really good green cards here too. There's Natural Order and Pest Infestation. I'm leaning towards just taking Pest Infestation. I think that card is really good. Every time I play against it, I lose, and every time I cast it, I win. So I'm just going to take that. Probably just take Counterspell to follow it up. Blue-green is a really good combination in Cube. It's actually unlike normal draft, and I think I'd rather take Counterspell over Wooded Foothills. There's also a Candelabra of Taunos there if we do go a little deeper. Oh, now there's a Breeding Pool? No, but I got to take Portal. Portal for Tinker is just too important, and this is one of the big payoffs. Plus, pretty good chance Bolas Citadel Wheels. I have the Tinker. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a lock, but a good chance. Now I've got to take Mishra's Bauble. I have a Tinker in my deck, so I'm going to Tinker Citadel so that the Pest Infestation, we'll see how I play it or not, but unfortunately for Windswept Teeth, I got to just take the Bauble and go blue for now. I'm not regretting the Shieldred pick, given that after the Dark Ritual, there hasn't been that much, and we immediately got Portal, which is the best card to Tinker into play. Ooh, we are rarely in a position to take Show and Tell, but Show and Tell Portal is actually legit, and so is Show and Tell Bolas Citadel. I think I'm willing to give up Lotus Cobra, Sundering Titan, yeah, any of those things. We'll take Show and Tell. Maybe we got something here. Oh, and then there's a Currency Converter. Maybe I splash Pest Infestation, maybe not, but either way, Currency Converter to give me an artifact count works very nicely, passing up on Exploration, Nettlecyst, Batterskull. And I like this. This is a great start. Getting to start with two really good cheap artifacts, a Counterspell, and then Show and Tell and Tinker for Portal. I like it, especially since that Bolas is a little better wheel. It might not. I'm getting ready to be disappointed because that pack was kind of weak, but if it does wheel, I'm going to be very happy. And this pack's a little less enticing. The artifacts in this pack are both vehicles that I tend not to play in these decks. I don't want to play Life from the Loam. Tameshi is okay if you get like Lotus or Lion's Eye Diamond, I think. I'm just going to take Creeping Tar Pit. These decks often do play black. So let's move these over a little bit. And yeah, we'll just take the Tar Pit for now. Here. Oh wow, Luminarch's still here. I actually will take Sword of the Meek here. This time Thopter Foundry's still in the running, and I think it's better to spec there than to take basically a speculative dual land. There's like Hallowed Fountain, which is a dual Taiga, and then there's Waterlogged Grove for this Pest Infestation, but I don't really care too much about it. And when you have Tinker, the Sword Thopter combo is nicely kind of held together with a Tinker, so I think that was a fine pick to make. All right, so here we've got Esper Sentinel and Staff, which are both definitely playable. Sky Sovereign, again, these vehicles are not there. I don't know what's up with this Natural Order wheeling or this Terra Sunder. I think I'm going to take Staff. There's a small chance I end up wanting to play this card. Basically, especially if I get Thopter and I want to play blue-white, Staff is decent. Oh, look, there's a blue-white land. Umezawa's GT is not really a card. Oh, does this mean... No, I think it's the next pack that Citadel is in. All right. This was the Citadel pack. Dang. All right, I'll take a land. I think Unctus Grand Metatect is just a whiff, so that one did not quite get there. No Bolas' Citadel. How unlucky. That would have been a nice one to have as a backup Show and Tell / Tinker target, but that's okay. We will succeed either way. Portable Hold. That's another good cheap artifact. Though, oh, I do like Shark Typhoon with Currency Converter. All right, I'll take the Shark Typhoon. Didn't take too much convincing. I mean, I do like Staff of the Storyteller, so if I get to play that card, I'm not too unhappy, but it is a pretty good practice just to take blue cards over non-blue cards when you already have a bunch of blue cards you know you're going to play. Oh, and a free Seachrome Coast. Okay, the White Splash looking a little bit more likely at this point. Ooh, and a last pick Nettlecyst? Sure, why not? Okay, well, we're definitely in the Tolarian Academy bracket, so if we get one of those, I'll be pretty happy. If we can find, obviously power would be always nice. Wouldn't mind another decent artifact, like a triplicate Titan would be a solid one. What do we got? Well, we just got a Ponder. It's okay, starting with Ponder's fine. There's an Ugin here, a Revoker. I don't even think we're in the Gush bracket too much. Let's just take this Ponder now. All right, here, okay, so we've got Narset. I don't have any draw 7s yet, but this deck certainly could. There's also Lorien Revealed. That card is pretty sick. And there's a blue-white Talisman. I'm not going to take the Talisman. I think I'm just going to take Narset. This deck looks like a draw 7 deck. Ooh, there's an Urza. We're doing that. All right, Urza is a nice slam. Let's move the lands over one. Botwell can live there. Urza over Basalt Monolith, though good to know there's a Basalt Monolith there, because if the Zerda wheels, I could take Zerda, follow it up with a Basalt Monolith. Okay, we've got a good bit of an artifact strategy going here. Let's just keep that going. Ooh, here we are. So this isn't a Bolas' Citadel, but Tinker or Show and Tell a Coveted Jewel can lead to some pretty nice stuff. And there's a Kappa Cannoneer there, which I would be thrilled to wheel. I also have a blue-black land, 2 blue-white lands, 1 white card, and 1 green card. So I'm pretty good on just being mono-blue artifacts, and we'll see what changes. So here, there's Mystic Forge, and there's Memory Jar. Narset Memory Jar is kind of a combo. It's not like the best combo, because they're not getting to keep the new jar cards anyway. But it's not nothing. There's also Trop, but I don't care too much about the Pest Infestation. I'm going to take Jar, maybe wheel the Mystic Forge if we get lucky. Oh, and here we've got a Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, there's this deck will find stuff to do with Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't really care too much about Worm Coil or the lands. Teferi Hero of Dominaria is fine, but LED just has the ability to go busted. If I get, for example, Echo Vions, it's really good. If I can end up in a Breach deck, obviously that would be nice. Taps for mana with Urza in play. Like, it is good. It is good. Ooh. Now, oh man, this pack has Mox, Opal, Brain Freeze, and Saheeli. It's so painful. I want all of them. I'm going to take the Brain Freeze. Now that I have LED and Brain Freeze, Breach just becomes an I win card. And then I do like Mox, Opal, and Saheeli, but I feel like those are more replaceable than Brain Freeze. And then now, I guess I could just take the Tundra and then lock in Staff. I mean, there's also just taking Hard Evidence. This is actually a pretty good card for Tinker. Let's just take that. I even have 2 white fixers already, and Staff of the Storyteller is probably already fine to play. So I'm going to take Pest Infestation and Creeping Tarpit out for the moment. We've got a pretty nice like blue-white artifact deck going here. Even if the white's just Staff. Balance would be a nice card to pick up. I'm really still annoyed I didn't get that Bolas' Citadel. I'll take Revoker. Revoker is just a nice cheap artifact to play. I could have taken Sacred Foundry because of Underworld Breach, but I have 1 white card in my deck, so I'm not really even that worried about picking up white fixing. Jar also works nicely with Brain Freeze. You just have to jar them. Once you're jarring them, it's like you're getting multiple Brain Freeze kind of procs already. And Coveted Jewel's a nice combo card. Yeah, something good's going on here. We need to figure out in pack 3 exactly what it is, but I feel like we're doing pretty nicely. All right, so now I think I just take Talisman, though. Yes, there's a Zerda, and I might get a Basalt Monolith next turn, but it feels like blue-white Talisman is going to be pretty nice for this deck. So, and if I didn't get the Basalt Monolith, I'd be pretty sad. I did get it, but I also got a Miscalc, which I'm actually happier taking, so I think this works out pretty well. Ooh, I'll take the Kappa Cannoneer. I don't know how much I want to play it, but I will take it, and I'll take Mystic Forge here. And I guess I'll take Inspiring Vantage now. I don't think I want to run Brazen Bar or Hedron Crab. I guess Hedron Crab Brain Freeze kind of is like a manually milling them out sort of deal. All right, now I know we have a really clear picture of what we're looking for. Underworld Breach, Tolarian Academy, I guess Preordain. There's also Ancient Tomb here, but Preordain in the like Counterspell Miscalculation Tinker deck seems pretty nice. So I'm just going to take Preordain here over Otawara, Ancient Tomb, Baleful Strix. Yeah, nothing too critical. There's a Tendrils there, but I guess I don't have the Breach. I have the Freeze, so I don't need the win condition part. All right, here, well, here there's a Time Twister. I'm going to take Time Twister. Draw 7s are awesome. And I even have the Narset to combo with it. And then if I wheel the Seed Shark or Displacer Kitten, I'm probably not going to wheel Fracture or Mana Leak, but Seed Shark or Displacer Kitten would be great wheels, and it seems reasonable that one of those might come back. Unfortunately, not a Cradle deck. We have Staff, but we don't have Retrofitter. This kind of makes me want Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp with Staff of the Storyteller token, with Revoker. Yeah, it's also just a cheap artifact, and I think I'd rather take Skull Clamp over Palantir here. It feels like there's a lot of ways to make Skull Clamp work. Oh, now there's a Palace Jail. There's also a Mishra's Workshop. This is such a Mishra's Workshop deck. I'm just not going to risk it. Mishra's Workshop, I mean, I might not get Academy. It's not looking super likely, but Mishra's Workshop with like Mystic Forge, Coveted Jewel, Memory Jar, Nettle Cyst. I mean, these are all, this is Kappa Cannoneer's even an artifact. Yeah, this seems pretty nice. And we're doing fine on playables. Yeah, we have to cut cards already. I mean, Sword of the Meek's actually not getting in there right now. Anyway, the one thing I don't think this deck is doing very well at, which is why I took the Workshop, is I don't have any fast mana. I have like a Talisman, and I mean, I guess if you jump through some hoops, maybe a Lion's Eye. Oh, there's a Echo of Eons. Echo to go with our Lion's Eye and our Narset. All right, well, I'm in for that. I like Echo of Eons more than Library in this circumstance. I mean, if we get an Academy, all is forgiven. If we get a Underworld Breach, I also think that would be pretty nuts. And past those two cards, at this point, we're not getting, obviously, Moxes or anything. We could get like a Chrome Mox or Mox Diamond, maybe. Could use... I mean, the cheap counters also, like Counterspell and Miscalc, do kind of buy you that time. You don't need to accelerate if you're countering what they accelerate into. But this deck's still looking a little bit slower than I would like. Oh, funny, there's Flash. I almost always take Flash, but I guess I don't really see a reason to here. This is pick 6, so I'd have 2 more shots to look for something, though it is possible there were some good Flash cards previously. The other option would be to take Shadow Spear, which is kind of weak, but it is good with Kappa Cannoneer, Nettle Cyst, and the Urza token. All right, let's just Shadow Spear, and then now I'll definitely just take Sheldock. And Breach Academy? No. Blood Crypt doesn't do much. Neither Dark Slick Shores. I guess I could take Ether Spellbomb. I don't think I want to play Tameo. Baleful Strix Wield, but is Roaming Throne good? So it double triggers on Kappa Cannoneer. If I play this Eternal Warrior, if I play it and name Human, then I get 2 tokens. It's that or take Timeless Dragon, but I don't have a blue-white land, so let's take Roaming Throne, but I'm probably not going to play that card. There's also Tar Pit to play Baleful Strix, but I don't think I really want to do that either. I need to take out a couple cards here. Oh, Fractured and Displacer Kitten both wield. Very odd. Displacer Kitten Coveted Jewel is pretty nuts. Yeah, let's take the Displacer Kitten. I think getting some good Displacer Kitten action would be sweet. I'll take Paragon. I'm probably not going to play that. Okay, so let's take out Mystic Forge. Let's take out Shark Typhoon. So we need to take out a couple more cards. I could sideboard the Shadow Spear. It's not like I have Urza Saga to go get it. And I guess I could sideboard. No, I need a Revoker for the Clamp. I'll play a Clamp with very little support. I think it's just really good when it works. Because this is now 14 land. Yeah, I guess we do got to go a little deeper. How much do we want this Brain Freeze? I think because we have Displacer Kitten, Coveted Jewel. Cast a bunch of spells, Brain Freeze. That sounds pretty good. I think the Show and Tell works fine too. I guess I could take out Ether Spellbomb. And maybe, I don't know, I kind of like Hard Evidence. I mean, I could also just take, maybe I just don't bother with the Skull Clamp. Maybe I take out Skull Clamp, Staff of the Storyteller, the 2 white lands. I can keep Talisman, and I could even, here, I'll take the Thespian Stage. I could even put back in, I mean, I guess if no one wants Flash, no one wants Flash. I mean, that is what it is. Funny, it doesn't usually end up like that. And then maybe I just put back in like Ether Spellbomb over Revoker. Just a cheap non-creature to trigger Displacer Kitten is pretty nice. And then I can play the perfect mana base, all islands. Yeah, I kind of like that. Don't have to mess with any other lands. Do I want Roaming Throne? Mystic Forge doesn't seem good enough. I just don't have enough artifacts. I have a lot of blue cards. All right, 15 islands. Wow, the perfect mana base. Do I want a Thespian stage in here to copy my Mishra's Workshop? Doesn't sound crazy to me because I think having 14 islands and a shell dock is probably going to be enough. I don't think it'll hurt too bad to have the stage in there, and it feels like copying Workshop to cast one of these big things could actually happen. All right, well, I do like this deck. I could also play one fewer land and play a Shark Typhoon, but kind of like where we're at. Let's see how this does. All right, time for round one. I would like to play first, and all right. I mean, this hand has got some action going on here. First of all, I have turn 2 counterspell on the play, which I'm pretty happy about, kind of regardless. And then second, with a third land, I can show and tell in a portal, can tinker for a coveted jewel, and then show and tell portal. I don't know. I've got a lot of outs here. I guess I need to draw a third land and an artifact, or just draw like a talisman or something. I feel like the counterspell buys me a little time. All right, turn 1 Kithian, sure. Don't mind it too much. If they play a creature this turn, I'm just not going to counterspell it, and I'm just going to show and tell the portal right into play. And then if they put in a third creature off the show and tell, then the portal can scoop that up too, is the idea. But, I mean, it'll kind of depend. I guess if they play a Thalia this turn, I obviously have to counterspell it. If they play, creature like that. If they play almost any other creature, though, I think it's on. All right. Yeah, I'll get hit for 2 here to start. That is acceptable. No plays. All right. I mean, I'm also fine just draw going here. If you have an end of turn Cathar Commando, I guess I would counterspell that because Cathar Commando could kill my portal. Kind of hope they don't have Adeline because that would put another creature into play. And that would make the show and tell portal plan a little bit worse. All right, no Adeline. Kind of hope they just tap out for, like, I guess not Blade Splicer. I don't know. Oh, Hero of Bladehold. Yeah, let's do it. Hero of Bladehold that is. All right, so now I go land, show and tell, put in portal, see if they put a creature into play. Right where I wanted them. Parallax Wave. Oh, okay. They cooked. All right, they get to wave their creatures. They actually should make an advanced play here. They actually really messed up there. What they're supposed to just waste a bunch of portal or Parallax Wave counters targeting their same thing over and over again, so that both creatures came into play right now. Like, this actually gives me quite a bit of extra breathing room. I mean, Parallax Wave is a pretty good answer to that, though. Into main phase Wandering Emperor. Okay. Well, they do get a chance to, if they want, blow some wave counters on their Samurai token. Let's draw Mishra's Bauble. Okay. What do I want to do here? I could tinker. I think I'm going to go tinker, sack portal. Because the portal's not doing anything. I'd rather have it kind of in rotation. I'm going to get the coveted jewel. I'm going to draw 3. I know that they might steal this jewel here, but I feel like I've got outs to do some stuff. And I think I just play my island because all my lands are... I mean, I guess I have Mishra's Workshop, and then I'll cast Time Twister here. Oh, interesting. Into... Oh, Ether Spellbomb is actually awesome. It stops the jewel from getting stolen. So let's cast Ether Spellbomb and pass the turn, and then see what they do. And they really should give some thought to burning those wave counters, because at this point I might be able to portal them again, just casting it. Let's hope they don't have a haste creature here. Decent chance they do that now that I know they're playing red. Is it like an Othari or something? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess I do bounce Othari because I'm not casting this portal anytime soon because I'm about to lose the coveted jewel. And I think I'm going to crack this bauble to see what's up here. And they're drawing Cathar Commando. All right. Well, now they got a bauble, but I have a brain freeze. So I definitely have a chance to potentially brain freeze them out. Like at this point, a brain freeze for 7 would be lethal. Okay, that sounds doable to me. And then they're gonna main phase cast something because otherwise they would discard a bunch. And what am I hoping to do on my turn? I guess we're kind of doing some currency converting. We'll see what they do. Presumably they're going to play something. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. Let's draw. And we get 2 draw steps here. That's not bad. Show and tell would not be the worst. Oh, Shelldock Isle. Let's play that. That could be really good. All right. Let's hit big. Lion's Eye Diamond, Nettlecyst, Ponder, Tinker. Huh. I kind of feel like some way Tinker is going to be good here. And let's just play Currency Converter. I'm at 14. All right, so I have another turn here. And let's do some things, some stuff and things. Let's pass. Parallax Wave comes down, or counts down to 0. They get to discard. I actually kind of want them to do some discarding here because I've got a Brain Freeze setting up. I can Tinker for Memory Jar. So if I go, okay, so here's what my plan is. End of turn, I'm going to use Currency Converter. I'm going to discard an island because I want a treasure. Untap, tap the converter to make the treasure, then Tinker for Jar, crack Jar. I should just counterspell that, I think. It puts me really close to dying to like a bolt or something. I mean, I'm not counterspelling Cathar Commando this way, but I think that might be okay. I just think like the Othari puts me to 2 basically. I don't know, that seemed pretty tough. They get a treasure token here. And then once I crack Jar, I know I'm getting Brain Freeze back end of turn, so I can save mana to do that. Ooh, are we casting that Cathar Commando? No, they're going to let damage happen first. Or they're casting some other sorcery here. Blades Placer? Oh, come on. You have lethal on the board and a million cards in your hand. There's no way you should be tapping out for Blades Placer instead of leaving up Cathar Commando. That's a crazy play to make. I can Brain Freeze them for... Wait, hold on. What if I just Brain Freeze them for 12 down to 6 cards, and then on my turn I just Tinker for Jar? Seems like that would be pretty good. Okay. Hope they don't randomly have an Eldrazi in their deck or something. Doesn't seem very likely. They have a Mox Jet, though. Anathalia? Ooh, I don't like the sound of all that, but Displacer Kitten, funny. But this ought to work. Tinker, sacking Currency Converter. Getting Memory Jar. And cracking Jar. And we win game 1. As improbable as that really seemed like it should have been. All right. On to game 2, playing against red-white with a couple Moxen. I'm just wondering if I want Oust for Thalia. Typhoon kind of battles against Elite Spellbinder, but it also kind of doesn't. I guess I have Brain Freeze. Yeah, Portal and Ether Spellbomb. All right, I guess that'll be our solution to Thalia. All right, game 2. Well, this hand's definitely good. I get to kind of go turn 1 hard evidence, turn 2 bobble or plus bobble, and then I guess I'll play the LED as well, just in case of Thalia. And then turn 3, I'm just going to Time Twister here, having all these cards in play. That seems like a reasonable plan. I'm not even going to sack the bobble or probably even crack the clue. All right, no Thalia, please. You're going to test me? I'm going to block your thing with my crab. Well, there's no real point in having a crab token if you don't block cards like Kythian. Oh, no Thalia. All right, I was hoping for a counterspell here, but I'll just pass. And I don't think cracking the clue really helps much either. Oh, they have the Cathar Commando. That's unfortunate. Now attacking with both makes sense, because if I want to block Cathar Commando with crab, I don't get to block Kythian, but I'm of course still blocking Kythian here. Well, at this point attacking with Kythian is kind of free, but I guess you worry about Snapcaster Mage blocking it or something. Selfless Spirit. Okay, no land, please? No land. All right, so now let's draw... Oh, Displacer Kitten. Does that do anything for me? I mean, they're stuck on 2 land. No, I don't think Displacer Kitten does too much. Let's go Time Twister, and I'm going to crack LED. I'm going to sack this for blue here. And just draw a fresh 7 with 3 mana floating here. Sure, I guess I'll play Narset. That's a lot of lands. Let's Narset into maybe some action. Ponder, Displacer Kitten, and 2 more lands. All right, well, let's pass the turn here. I'm probably going to sack the bauble now, because I do want to draw something. And I still have a clue token or a spell bomb if I want to tinker for portal. Mox is a bad sign. I don't love them drawing that. Inti, okay. We're getting to the point where Tinker Portal wouldn't necessarily even do much, thanks to their Cathar Commando. But I guess if they crack the Cathar Commando to kill the portal, they lose everything else. Okay, so now they can go like Selfless Spirit at Narset if they want. Are they attacking both on Narset? What are they doing with... Are they going to put the counter on the Kythian? Oh, I see. So they're going to discard a land here. My guess is make the Kythian into a 3/2, because that otherwise the attacks wouldn't make too much sense. Oh. Okay, well, if you're making the Selfless Spirit a 3/2, then why did you attack me, the Narset with the Cathar Commando, and me with the Kythian? That, yeah. Well, they do get to flip Kythian here. And what did they exile? Oh, an Intrepid Adversary, sure. All right, and they're drawing an Elite Spellbinder. All right, good to know. That's actually a useful one to know. All right, well, I still would love to see Tinker. That wouldn't be bad. Let's see if we can find it. We get a bunch of looks as well. All right, well, let's go Ponder. Look for Tinker. Brain Freeze, Coveted Jewel Island. No, we're pretty far away from all that stuff, I think. Let's just shuffle and draw another island. All right, let's play a Hard Evidence. Let's Preordain. Okay, bottom. Oh man, now I was hoping to set it up so Elite Spellbinder didn't really get me, but now they're gonna get the Coveted Jewel out of my hand. I'm also pretty close to just dying here, but we'll see. I mean, I do have some crab tokens. They're gonna clear the way with Elite Spellbinder here. I mean, it doesn't matter that much that they're taking the Coveted Jewel, because I was never going to be alive to cast it anyway. But let's see. Bashing. I think we forgot to attack with Gideon 2. Let's see. I'm taking 1,000,000 damage this turn. I mean, I guess I'll throw away some of the... I'll throw away the crabs at this point. Doesn't really seem like it does much to keep them. And they hit Mox Jet off the Inti. Well, their deck certainly has a lot more Moxes than mine. I mean, their deck looks like a very good red-white deck. I feel like I kind of stole game one. And are they going to play Thalia to really just cap this off nicely? Oh, no, once again, Blade Splicer. All right, well, I'm just waiting to draw my island so I can concede here. I guess if I drew Tinker and I have Ether Spellbomb, I think I still die. I mean, Portal's so far away from doing anything here. I just kind of want to draw my turn before I pack it up. I guess if I drew Lion's Eye into... Maybe I'll draw Echo Vians here. I mean, let's just crack the jar and see. I don't really think I even have a way to do anything here. No. All right, well, that was a weird game. It looked like it started pretty nicely. That Time Twister into 17 lands didn't really work out great. Do I want Revoker? Could name Parallax Wave. Do I want Sword of the Meek? Or not Sword of the Meek, I mean Shadow Spear. I could see wanting Shadow Spear. If I draw it with Kappa Cannoneer, that is pretty good. But it also kind of feels like I'm not winning that kind of game anyway. I think I just want to be a little more unfair here. All right, I'm on the play. This is again an early Time Twister, and this time with a Mishra's Workshop. Yeah, I think I keep this on the play. I feel like this is just going to be a really tough matchup. So this hand, at least, the Mishra's Workshop gives me some explosive potential. My deck's just really slow. Yeah, and they're just going to start with 1, 2, 3 every game. That's just what their deck does. I mean, I'm glad they just didn't start with 2 into 3 off of a Mox or something. All right. Well, Jar was not a bad draw, because now with Jar, I get to go turn 3 Workshop Jar, and then I can cast Time Twister with Jar in play, or crack Jar to play some more spells. I don't know, something along those lines. Let's see. I'm hoping they don't have a Cathar Commando if they pass here. Okay, it looks like they're just tapping out for Selfless Spirit. Okay, that's all fine. A counterspell would have been nice in that case, but that's okay. We'll cast Jar. We'll pass the turn. If they kill the Jar, if they like tap out to kill the Jar, then I'll probably crack it because it makes brain freezing a little easier. And I have Time Twisters anyway. So I can always just kind of revert the Jar. If they don't, the question is, do I crack Jar? Do I cast Time Twister? I think I just cast Time Twister first. I just untap, play my land, probably just island. Oh, they're just doing nothing. I drew Portal. I kind of don't love drawing Portal, but I think I'm going to crack Jar anyway. I feel like with the Mishra's Workshop in play, there's a chance I can play a bunch of stuff. Okay, Bauble. I mean, I can Tinker. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go Tinker, sacking Bauble. Unfortunately, I drew the the thing. I think I'm going to get... I have Brain Freeze in my graveyard, so I could get... Let's see, if I get the Coveted Jewel, and then this is spell 2, they'll have 22 cards. I'm going to draw 3. It's that or get Kappa Cannoneer. If I get Kappa Cannoneer, I'm doing nothing else this turn. Let's get the Coveted Jewel. Let's go for it. Let's draw 3. I'm going to set a stop in my end step. Oh, I'm so close to casting Urza. Wow, I really didn't draw anything here. In that case, I'm going to cast Narset. And I don't think I use the Narset. Do I use the Narset? I guess there are some artifacts I could play here that would be really nice. All right, well, I didn't hit any of them. I'll put Miscalc in my hand. All right, Jar. Hopefully they didn't draw any instants. It would be really nice if they didn't. They did not. So now they don't get to draw the cards off the coveted jewel. They do get to steal the jewel, but because of Narset, unless they can kill Narset first, then they don't get to draw any cards off it. So that much is kind of nice. They're killing Narset. Oh my god. Please. Don't change your mind. Just kill Narset. You got to kill Narset. It's really important. Oh no, they figured it out. Unlucky. Okay, well, they get the jewel. I actually can, thanks to Thespian Stage, can set up casting Portal soon here, which is kind of funny. So Narset still lives, and then on my turn, I have Time Twister. I also have Brain Freeze, and they're once again down to 21 cards in deck. So it's definitely a chance that I can do some Brain Freezing here. This Mishra's Workshop kind of got me. Last turn, not being able to cast... Well, I again jarred into basically all lands. Oh, Thalia? That's no good. And what is the follow-up? Into Hero of Bladehold. Okay. Well, Show and Tell could have been something. How about instead... I think we're pretty dead here. Let's go Thespian Stage, Time Twister. They don't draw any cards. I have a Narset in play. Oh yeah, we got him. This is very close. I got the Show and Tell and the LED because I can even cast the LED off the thing. And now if I had Narset left, I could like crack it, use Narset. What about instead? Instead, we are donezo. We didn't really... That was not a match I think we were in very good shape in. We stole one game, and the other games, like, a lot of cards I would just have a hard time beating. Also, I think my deck kind of doesn't work that well. So, all right, that was round one. All right, time for round two. Let's see if we can do a little redemption here. I'm going to keep this hand. I have a Preordain. This hand seems totally fine. The main problem I have with this deck is it's so slow. Like, every game it's just like land spell. Like you can't do anything too quickly. Bottom, keep Show and Tell on top. This isn't a coward stream here. I get to play Bauble, so I get to draw again off that, and then I've got Currency Converter, and Show and Tell Portal goes a long way here. Granted, I am playing against Raugrin Triumph Island, which is not like the best matchup for Portal necessarily, but I think I got a good chance here. All right, let's go ahead and bobble you, see what you are drawing. A Deep Cavern Bat next turn. Odd, but acceptable. All right, Island, say go, have Counterspell up. Oh, I don't need to stop him out and step anymore because I unsuccessfully Brain Freeze my opponent. Ancestral Recall, no, I will Counterspell that. Waiting until I have 2 blue instead of doing it like when I'm tapped out or on my upkeep is kind of insane, but you know, you do you. They get to play the bat now. They can mess with my Portal plan. I still have a lot of cards to play. Like I get to play a Narset if I want. I can play Converter and use it. Can play a Nettle Cyst, but that's a little bit less enticing since it doesn't really have much I can do with it. What are they going to take here? There's so many options. It'd be kind of gassy if they just took the Currency Converter. But then I have the potential Show and Tell Portal. I don't really want to do it to kill a lone Deep Cavern Bat. All right, yeah, they took the Portal. Makes sense. Let's just play the Converter. Start the conversion process. I could play Narset, but like it's just going to get attacked by the bat. No real reason to do that. Basically, the later I can play Narset, the better. The Currency Converter is still kind of a 3-mana play here. They're on a blue-black-red deck or a blue-black-white deck is what it looks like. What is this? Walking Ballista for 2. Okay. Let's just get island in there for treasure purposes. And then now, like for example, I could play Nettle Cyst here, and it will be a 3/3. Actually, let's do this now, just to make it so they can't kill it with Ballista before the treasure comes into play or something. And then next turn, I can go Narset, I can use Converter. I have enough mana that if I Narset into something to show and tell, though I guess I know my Coveted Jewel is my bottom card, which does make that plan a little bit worse. So they have Fire Covenant for 3. Nettle Cyst down, and I get attacked for 3. All right. Yeah, that's acceptable. I'm still at a pretty high life total. Thespian Stage. Yeah, that doesn't really do a whole lot. I think it's fine to play Narset now. Look at my top here. What do we got? Lion's Eye Diamond and Echo of Eons. Well, I'll take the Echo, and then I'll discard it to Currency Converter here. Sadly, I can't do both, so I can't Narset Echo them because they're going to get to kill the Narset, but what can you do? It is kind of annoying having the portal stuck under that bat there, given the fact that I'm about to Time Twister and maybe find Tinker or Show and Tell again. But that's okay. Oh, that's kind of annoying because I was about to draw 7, so them spending their turn playing a Mana Rock is not really what I had hoped to see. Well, I guess since I'm just going to cast Time Twister, I guess I'm just going to discard the island because I would rather... Oh, actually, hold on. No, that was not actually what I want to do because it's gonna work out okay, but I think it was a lot better just to store the Echo under the Converter and then Time Twister. Though I'm still just gonna Time Twister here. Also, if they counterspell it, then that's fine too. Oh, okay. Mana Drain. All right. Well, you got a bunch of mana now. They have 1 card in hand. I might be able to maneuver it into a situation here where I cast Echo and draw enough spells to Brain Freeze them out. They're playing something. Oh, they're just pumping Ballista? Okay. I mean, Ballista's dangerous. It does kind of a lot of damage. Their deck looks pretty good. Ancestral, Mana Drain, Ballista, Bat, you know, some decent stuff. Fire Covenant if the mana works out for it. Okay, I guess their Raugrin Triumph is all on color. Okay, I'm going to Echo here. I guess I'm not going to play a land in case I draw a Mishra's Workshop, and I think I will tap the Thespian Stage. Okay, whoa, there's some cards here. All right, well, this could be a dub. Let's see. Let's start with Show and Tell and see if that works. Because if I can put this Coveted Jewel into play, I could do some work here. Let's see what they've got. They didn't put anything into play. They put a land into play, maybe. Okay. So I can't. I was hoping to draw a cheap artifact to Displacer Kitten, Coveted Jewel, because I can play Displacer Kitten, but then I can't play a non-creature afterwards. Classic. Guess I can play Urza. Yeah. Displacer Kitten is a tough one to get to work. Urza makes an artifact. And I think I can play... I can't quite play Kappa Cannoneer, unfortunately. Oh, do I even want to play the Talisman here? I guess I kind of don't. Let's just equip the Rogue with Nettle Cyst and pass the turn. I mean, it feels like they're going to be able to do something to win here, because they do get to steal the jewel with the Deep Cavern Bat. They also have like a million new cards in hand. But, oh, they put a Sensei's Top into play. That's what they put into play. But I don't really know what their deck does, so it's possible they could just go like Zerda and I'm dead to Ballista or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe they don't have like enough plays to stop me from just attacking, taking back the Jewel, and going Kitten Jewel for the win, or potentially just Displacer Kitten Urza a bunch of times. Okay, they pumped Ballista end of turn. It's not the scariest. What else can I do next turn? Next turn, I could jar to look for Brain Freeze. They're not going to have that many cards left in their deck, especially since they're going to steal the coveted Jewel in a second here. Deep Cavern Bat doing work this game. Did a bunch of damage, gained a bunch of life, stole a coveted Jewel and a Portal to Phyrexia. I guess if by some miracle I'm not dead and Urza's still in play and I get to jar next turn, then I have a decent chance of doing something. This deck needed Academy so unbelievably badly. They've got a lot of mana. 13 mana and 9 cards in hand. All right. If they can't find a way to win here, then I would be very surprised. Because if they don't win this turn, then presumably they're playing a bunch of Disruption. If they don't do either, I would be confused as to what's going on. This is like a Mind Twist or something. This looks like it. Yeah, Mind Twist for 6. I've already used both my Time Twisters, right? Oh, I guess my Time Twister's in my deck. So, yeah, I'll put an island into the converter. Put an island under the converter. Sure, I'll put a Talisman into the converter. I don't really want to put Displacer Kitten, Kappa Cannoneer, or Memory Jar. In case I Time Twister, I think I'd rather have those back. I know I can put these cards back, but also you've got to run the risk of them blowing up the currency converter. They're spinning top now. That is weird. Okay. I'm going to spin the top. On my next turn, I do get some Urza spins. I mean, I would definitely say that if they killed my Urza and Mind Twisted me for 6, that would count as a lot of disruption. So, you know, they've got that going for them. But I do get to steal Coveted Jewel back depending on what they do here. Well, no, not if they kill Urza. Because if they kill Urza, Ballista can block. Oh, no, they can't block and then shoot. It's just if a creature's unblocked. Okay. I mean, there's obviously lots of things they can do to get out of this. Another Fire Covenant, maybe? All right, that's exactly what it was. They Fire Covenanted down to 8, killing all my stuff. There's LED. I'm just going to draw here. No, I'm just dead to Ballista. All right, well. Yeah, this deck doesn't have it going on. This deck kind of misfired, I'll admit. I mean, I could Revoker Ballista, Basalt Monolith. It's so bad against like Fire Covenant, just to have another crappy creature in play. I think we're just firing as is. All right, time for game 2. I'm on the play. All right, look at this. Turn 1, Ether Spellbomb. Turn 2, Talisman. Turn 3, Tinker. Let's go. Maybe the Bolsa Citadel not wheeling was just the curse here. All right, so they didn't have a turn on Ancestral. Oh, Shelldock. I even get to play a Shelldock at some point here. Talisman. And I think if they don't play a creature this turn... Oh, no. The bat. The bat's coming down. Oh, no, it's a Rona. I could... I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to bounce this now. And the reason I'm bouncing it is I'm just going to tinker for Coveted Jewel here. Because I think that's what's going to get me the biggest chance of winning. Oh, now. Do I want to play Shelldock or Currency Converter? I think Shelldock, because I think I'd rather just Time Twister now. Oh, I'll put a Nettle Cyst under there. That's fine. Because my hand is so bad. All right. All right. And now next turn... I could have echoed here, but I don't think that's good, because next turn I just go Displacer Kitten and start flickering Jewel, and then I win. Turn 4 win on the play. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. Basalt Monolith? That's the play? Okay, I'm a little surprised by that, but here we go. Displacer Kitten, play Lion's Eye. Displacer Kitten, the Coveted Jewel. I mean, this has to be an extremely easy win. All right, tap this for blue, ponder, displacer kit in the coveted jewel. All right, yeah, this ought to do it. Hard evidence, no. Tap for 3, hard evidence, flicker the coveted jewel. I've already got 4 spells, because I'm gonna end up brain freezing here. Let's go Urza. Tap this for 3, bauble. I'm at 16 cards left. Yeah, we'll flicker the coveted jewel again. All right, we're going to do some broken stuff here, so I don't mind that too much. Now I can go talisman, and then I can flicker Urza, so I can start making an army of idiots too, just in case I wanted to. Currency converter. Yeah, let's do the jewel one more time here. Tapping for blue, because they can't. It's not like they can cast brain freeze either. Currency converter, and then Narset, flickering Urza, and then I can brain freeze for the full amount here. Brain freeze you for 10, and then I guess I'll flicker the coveted jewel just in case. Okay. Barring an Eldrazi, I mean, this was a dub. All right, we got one. All right, on to game 3. Let's see if we can repeat that on the draw here. All right, on the draw, yeah, I'm going to keep this game 3 here because, look, I get to go turn 1, hard evidence, and I have a Mishra's Workshop, which is one of the few cards. I think I'm going to play the hard evidence on 1 because I can crack the clue on 2. Or I can play Converter, depending. But I thought playing turn 1 hard evidence, turn 2 clue might have been better than using Converter. Maybe Converter is better, but it's also nice to have artifacts to cast with Workshop. And then set up maybe a Time Twister, maybe not. Looks like a Deep Cavern Bat. No, this is a Walking Ballista. Okay. Oh, Counterspell. All right, let's just leave up Counterspell past the turn, because it's also cracking a clue if I want it to. And if they play Basalt Monolith, I guess I would probably Counterspell it and then maybe Time Twister. If they don't do anything, then that's fine with me too. I actually will crack the clue if they don't do anything here. And if they want to cast an instant, they can. Oh, Imperial Seal. Sure. That one does not bother me too much. What would I like to find here? A Talisman would actually be really nice. Best I can do is a Kappa Cannoneer. Ooh, big one. All right, let's just go Island Converter and pass. And the funny thing is, if they pass with Ancestral Mana up, I think I still might just use the Converter, but pretty good chance I'm just countering this. Oh yeah, Shieldred? No. No thank you. Don't really want to get Shieldred. I can play the Cannoneer this turn. I probably should. Let's see. Workshop. Cast this. I mean, I guess I can do it that way. It's so ridiculous that this gives itself a +1/+1 counter. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, you get a +1/+1 counter and can't be blocked this turn. Like, that clearly shouldn't have triggered on itself. It was just worded, I think, not very well. Flame Tongue Kavu. All right, get out of here, crab token, I guess. It doesn't kill the Cannoneer for, like, a variety of reasons. Ward, and it's a 5/5, though I guess the Ballista could also try and ping. Shelldock. Ooh, I'll put Echo under the Shelldock. I think that's going to be better. And I think I just pass here because I can just cast Portal to Phyrexia next turn. Thanks to Currency Converter and Mishra's Workshop. Okay, they're keeping all the mana up and they have 2 cards. Or do they have like a Fallen Shinobi or something? Oh, I see. If I block, they can Ballista and pay for the thing. Hold on, let's use Converter real quick. Yeah, I'll discard a land. I guess I'll take it. If they had fallen Shinobi, I feel like they would have attacked with both, and didn't feel like blocking was a very good play there. Because now I can go make a treasure. This gets bigger. Land. Cast the portal here. And let's see, this is a turn 6 hardcast portal. Wow. Doing busted stuff over here. I'm getting mana drained. That's fair. That's fair. I guess I'll pass. They have so much mana. They're gonna get to make that ballista enormous. 9 mana floating here. And then on my next turn I can go. I can't cast Displacer Kitten plus Time Twister. They have 1 card in hand. Let's hope it's not a Fourthy or Lingus or something. We're not quite at echoing off of Shelldock, but we're getting relatively close if we want to. Oh, this is a Fire Covenant and then paying the ward. Fire Covenant for 6. Okay. And then they can pump Ballista twice. They can attack me for 8, and they have a 4/4 Ballista in play. All right. Fair enough. It would have worked out a lot better to block the Flame Tongue Kavu with Kappa Cannoneer, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so now let's draw for turn. See if we can get something of interest. That's actually not too bad. Let's go either Spellbomb. I don't even know if I'm supposed to bounce the Walking Ballista. Feels like not. And then I'm going to cast Time Twister and sack this for blue. And I even get to put the cat under the currency converter. So do I want... I think I do want the cat in my deck, though. So I think I'm just going to make a 2/2 now. Draw 7 here. Oh, man. Sure. I guess I'll cycle Miscalculation. Maybe I'll find something. Sure, I'll put that under the converter too. Why not? A little action here. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's go Talisman and pass the turn. I guess I'm going to have to bounce Flame Tongue Kavu or something. I don't even know. Like if I Spellbomb the Flame Tongue, they Ballista into 2. I don't know. We'll see. I guess with a land out, if they play a land, they actually just have lethal on board because they can pump Ballista twice. I guess, let's see. They shoot the token twice, attack with both. I bounce Flame Tongue, they pump Ballista twice and kill me. And their upkeep vamping. Well, that's probably not good for me either. I think I'm dead just to land. If I bounce the Ballista, they shoot me twice. And then pump it, shoot me twice. Yeah, I'm dead to a land, but obviously they can vamp and find a fancier, better way to kill me. You know, I like to present you with a range of experiences on this channel, and in this particular case, having a... I guess I'll block, let's see, block here. I am going to Spellbomb the Ballista. Once I've locked in a block, I feel happy enough to doing that. I guess maybe blocking the Flame Tongue would have been better, or blocking the Ballista and bouncing the Flame Tongue would have been better. I don't know. It doesn't matter. In any case, I would say that a lot of my decks look bad and play really well, and some of them look really good and are really good. This one looked bad and was bad. It had some cards in it that were good, but just having 0 acceleration. I mean, I have a Lone Talisman and a Mishra's Workshop, and I guess you could kind of say Currency Converter, but it was just too slow. And also, I mean, obviously Time Twistering into 17 lands or whatever is not really going to work out either. Like, this hand was just horrendously bad. Had I blocked the Kappa Cannoneer on the Flame Tongue and gotten Ballista, then still gotten mana drained, at the end of the day, I would still draw a bunch of lands off this and not have a wonderful time. But, you know, here's where we are. And they replayed a Ballista. Okay. I mean, that's a lot to say that I'm not literally dead. Okay. I'm going to draw a card, because then I can use Echo of Eons. I'm going to discard an island. Do I want to play Memory Jar? I don't think so. I think I need to get the coveted jewel into play. I mean, I feel like I'm going to get mana drained anyway here, but then I can flash it back. Yeah, and I haven't played a land yet, so let's flash it back. And I drew Lion's Eye, Tinker Jar. It doesn't quite, none of this quite works. Not that I was that close to doing anything that did work, but I don't know. I had to keep going. Yeah, I can play Lion's Eye, and it doesn't. For the first time in history, Lion's Eye really doesn't do anything. All right, well, that'll do it for today. I don't have the spirit to go into another match. This deck really was lacking, and we get today to see me getting trounced. I hope you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed parts of it. All in all, you know, Cube is fun, and seeing what doesn't work is just as important as seeing what works. Well, I appreciate you watching me in the wins and the losses, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll get more wins, that I can guarantee, and we'll draft a sweet deck. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.